Hello, everyone. Mr. Plurberjack here today in the Tree Hobby Studio, doing a Let's Read of Theorin, Beyond Journey's End. In fact, it will literally just kind of be me reading it, but with the added bonus that it is going to be the AI voices. So, this should be fun, right? Right? Anyways, let's continue on. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, did you guys like my beginning? The beginning to my videos where it just makes a huge, massive explosion? I don't know, I just thought it was pretty cool. I think it kind of catches attention. I don't know. That's just me. But anyways. Dang it. Okay, so for the first page, we have our introduction shots, and I love the way that the castles is drawn, and I love the fact that it only takes about 2 panels to kind of establish the setting that they're in, which is good handiwork because, again, drawing manga is very time consuming, and usually, typically, drawing characters for the majority of the shots is honestly how you lighten the workload on yourself. So I gotta give props to the writer for this one. Or I'm sorry, the illustrator.
Euro Hamel, Warrior Ison, Priest Haida, Mage Theorin.
Yeah, I guess he's giving off all their titles and stuff. How else are you gonna drop this exposition, am I right?
You've done well defending the Demon King.
He looks like, I don't know, he just looks so average. Like, this guy's commanding power? Who is that guy? That's just the guy that we're all saying is the king, but in reality, we could all snap his knees. Come on now.
A peaceful era will now dawn upon this world.
It seems the king is going to get statues of us erected in the plaza. Well, I have strong doubts on whether or not they'll be able to faithfully reproduce a handsome man like me, though.
Bro thought he was cooking.
He is a calculating man, especially considering that we were only given 10 coppers when we set off on our voyage.
Not gonna lie, like, actually trying to say these lines, like, in one shot, it was difficult. It actually was difficult. No, I don't mean like voicing this whole thing in one shot in one clean swoop. I'm just talking about one of the, the paragraphs that goes on here, because I have to like put so much emotion into it, and I'm not that good of a reader. So this is actually kind of a thing you should all praise me for. Yeah. Or not.
No, Furin. We can drink alcohol for free now. So is that not more than enough?
You corrupt priest.
It's all over, huh?
Yes, it is. This marks the end of our journey.
10 years,
And also, I noticed that, like, in the background, like, it's just so interesting. Like, does the artist actually use perspective, or is it like he's randomly assembling everything to seem like, there are buildings in the background and stuff like that, and it slowly gets darker?
A lot has happened in that time, has it not? Even on the day of departure,
A lot of background
Hamel
detail.
and Ison were going to be executed for being impertinent to the king.
Had we not been careful, our adventure would have ended right there, wouldn't it?
Wow!
Shall I lick
That's
your
actually kind
shoes?
of
I would probably teach them a lesson.
What's the politics behind all this?
Do it!
There would also be times where Hyder would be totally useless after getting a hangover.
Yeah, one of the things that I wish that this manga kind of would do, this is like a wish that really shouldn't even actually happen, but part of me really feels like I want to know these characters. Like, at this point, I want to feel nostalgic for them. But who knows? Maybe it's like a thing down the line of the series. I end up feeling that way if I come back to these pages after actually reading the entire manga.
And that would happen to him once every week.
Your face looks like a zombie. Are you alright? He is doomed.
He's doomed, huh?
Possibly ever be good for you. Like, if you're going to be a priest and you're going to be at the top of your spiritual gains, Why would you handicap yourself like this? Like, this has to be a world where death is imminent. So why do this to yourself? I could ask this question for a majority of any of my friends that partake in degenerative behavior, but hey, I mean, they're still my friends apparently. They've survived long enough, haven't they? I don't know.
On that note, I was outstanding.
We considered leaving you behind when you got gobbled up by a midnight.
It's dark in here and scary.
They said this place was riddled with traps, but to think that it was actually true.
Why don't we leave this elf here?
In all honesty, I wasn't aware of the popularity of this series. I kind of just picked it because it seemed like something that was obscure enough to where it didn't have a massive following towards it. But to my surprise, there actually is a number of people still talking about Fearin' Beyond Journey's End. I have to specifically say the whole thing because if I say just Fearin', I mean, that just brings up a whole different kind of conversation.
Jeez. It seems that we've only ever had ridiculous memories. But still, it was fun. I'm glad I could adventure with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
It was short, though.
Bruh.
Short?
Yo.
What do you mean?
So I guess this is like
It was
a clue
10
into,
years,
like,
you know?
You know how she's like old as shit. Because she's an old lady. But apparently an old lady that looks young. Again, Rule 34 is just begging. Either way.
Look at Hyder. He's totally reached that age.
How rude.
I loved
He's been like that
Making the
since the
scene.
beginning, hasn't he?
the glass breaking. It's all just perfect.
How rude.
It won't be long now, will
And
it?
this
The era
Right here?
meteor.
is basically where I just put the first scene that I actually dubbed. And who would have known it came in handy, at least for this part. Trust me, I'm going to be making, more readings of these different pages, and it's not going to just cover the same stuff like it
I
usually
believe
does.
they are called.
A meteor shower that happens once every 50 years. A perfect beginning to a peaceful era. How majestic.
It's hard to see in town, isn't it?
There are people here having a moment. Try reading the mood.
Well then, next time. 50 years later.
50
Peter.
years later, I'm going to be dead.
I know a place where we can witness it even more beautifully. So I'll take you all there. What?
Nah, it's nothing.
And yes, let's all watch it together.
Basically do motion comics, basically. That's basically what this is. Motion comics. But now I'm doing motion comics for the sake of another creator. And I'm not going to lie, it's good practice. I sure wish that AI made laughs sound legit. That's the only thing. I mean, you hear my laugh at the beginning of a video. No, you don't. You hear my laugh in the beginning of my old videos. Anyways.
Was that the bite?
I guess that's pretty much it. So I will read again. And I will... Oh, shoot. I kind of looked at something. Okay. Well, I guess that calls it a day for this reading. And who knows? I might only go up to 2 chapters at the very most. And then I might just then move on to a different manga series after that.